Hey everyone, welcome back. If you're looking for a robot lawnmower with high performance, all-wheel drive, zero boundary wires with no RTK antenna with the extra cables, this machine is built to tackle some of the most demanding lawns. This is the all-new Dreame A3 all-wheel drive Pro 3500, and it might just be one of the most capable wire-free mowers on the market right now. So we're going to put its AI vision, the 3D LiDAR, and the slope climbing power to the test. And since we have a ton of action to get through, I'm saving what's in the box and getting set up for the very end. So if you're tired of mowing your lawn yourself on either a rider or push mowing your lawn, this machine will do the work for you, and you only have to do the minimum maintenance to it. So we're going to take a close look at all the features, plus many more things you need to know if you're starting to get serious about robot mowers. So let's start out by taking a close look at this mower. We're going to just take a look. This is pretty cool right here. So there's a pin verification. I'm going to put that in. So if anybody steals this, you would need to know the pin to be able to unlock it. We're going to power this down so we can take a look underneath before we get it full of grass clippings. We haven't sent this out mowing yet. Everything's really clean, so I just want to show you what it looks like underneath. So we have these shock absorbers on each front wheel, so independent of each other. And there are 3 blades per disc right here. So it's interesting, this deck right here can float and it can get right up within 1.2 inches of the edge right there. So that really narrows down the amount of trimming that you need to do. And you can see right here, the OmniSense 3.0, that is the LiDAR right there. So here we are, we're all set up on the docking station. What I'm gonna do is program out in the backyard here, just a nice size backyard that's probably equivalent to an average residential home in a neighborhood. Probably something that you could push mow, but some people might get a ride mower for that. So we'll see how many square feet that is and what the equivalent is per acre. All right, we're going to start out mapping. We're going to start with manual mapping. Later on, we'll do the auto mapping. So right now we're going to hit confirm. We're going to do this one big rectangle and we're going to actually fit it around that tree. Okay, so right now we are coming up to the corner. We're gonna go around that tree. Now we're going to steer it to the right. Now we're going to make another right-hand turn. So I would say this is gonna be the equivalent of a decent size, average residential backyard. Something that would take you a little while to push mow. All right, we're coming up over here to the edge of this zone, and right up here is the starting point. So we're going to be able to send it out to mow pretty soon. The sun's starting to set, but I think we're going to see some results before it gets completely dark. Robot has returned to the starting point. Do you want to close the boundary? Confirm. So the amount of square footage is just under 5,500 square feet. Okay, just went through the positioning right there and it said positioning successful. So I guess it's going to drive over here and start mowing. All right, it's making a big turn on the hill. So here we are the next morning, and you can see like this racetrack that goes around, that is the border, the edge where it mowed. So what's interesting is that it does a really short mowing right up to the edge. So there's probably a setting where I don't need it quite that short, I'm guessing. So I looked a little further into the app and found the setting that caused that. So scrolling right here, you can see there's EdgeMaster. You can toggle that on or off. And it says when enabled, the blade disc shift to the side during edge mowing, the robot will mow the edges for 2 laps at a height of 3 centimeters. One thing I wouldn't mind seeing in a firmware update if they gave you an option to like have it to like 5 or 6 centimeters. Check this out. This is my lawn a few days later. You can see how the boundaries, the edges there were really scalped, going down to 3 centimeters. So this is a positive thing I was thinking of, having that edge cutting to 3 centimeters on. So let's say you want to have like a wiffle ball field or kickball, something like that. You could have your out of bounds, your boundaries marked with this right here, or croquet or whatever you want to do. That is kind of cool to be able to do that. So it's really nice having all-wheel drive on a robot lawnmower, especially like out here in the country where I live. The big lawn that I have is sometimes difficult to maintain, and I have this one area right here I need to work on pretty soon. It's a low area that collects water and gets really muddy. I've actually had other robot lawnmowers get stuck there before, but not this one. You can see it just goes right on through. And this is another area that's very bumpy, and it's just nice to see this mower just going right on over that, no problem. And this is a hill in my yard that's fairly steep, and it can go up it, it can turn on it, and just does a nice job. This obstacle course I put together with some 2x and some deck boards and a piece of birch. You can see it just goes right on through. Now that was going downhill, so now let's take a look from another angle going uphill over the same obstacle course. So yeah, it can clear over 2 inches of items. So here's the area I just mapped out. It's an island in the middle of my gravel driveway. We're getting ready to send the Dreame mower out for the first time to mow this section. You can see there's a lot of clover. This is the before look. So here's my yard. It mowed here last night. It did this pattern going this direction, and now it's doing a cross direction going this way. So we're going to end up getting a diamond pattern, which I think is looking really nice. So this island was cut pretty fast. Part of it is the 15.8 inch cutting width of the mowing deck. So dogs pretty much let the robot mower do its thing. They ignore it. They do get out of its way if it's coming near them. The interesting thing, you can see Oakley here and Leo, they're more concerned about people walking on the road. So now that I've been mowing this for a little while, let's just take a look underneath here. So we do have, you can see that floats right there. So what's interesting with this deck, you can see there's a little bit of a gap right there. So when that goes to mow, this will actually shift right over to the edge there. That's how it gets so close. So here you can see some of the grass clippings underneath. So yeah, it doesn't hurt to take a leaf blower in there once in a while, clean that out. Let's take a look at some of the maintenance on here. So one of the things you're gonna wanna do is always make sure you have sharp razor blades. So there's 3 blades per disc. And one of the things I like is you don't need to have a special Allen wrench to take that out. You just put your finger in behind there, you push on that, and then you lift, and that will come off right there. And then you can go ahead and then carefully, this is where you really should have some gloves, some like high dexterity, like neoprene gloves, because it doesn't take much for these razors to cut your skin. Right, there we go, there. Got some grass in behind it. So you can just see how easy that is to change out. And just go ahead. Probably don't want to do this over the grass, because if you lose this, you'll probably never find it in the lawn. That's locked on. So check out this mower. It has 2 cameras in the front, the LiDAR on the top that spins 360 degrees, and that will give you a mapping of your yard. It really sets this apart. It's binocular AI vision with LiDAR, and this is a 3D map that it produced of my backyard. You can see my house, the roof, and then here we are underneath a couple big eastern white pines that I have. So that technology works really well with this robot mower to mow underneath trees in this area right here. It doesn't time out like other robot mowers do with RTK antennas that rely on satellite. This right here just keeps on going, as you can see in the time lapse. And check out how I'm setting a new zone with auto mapping. That allows that new technology to map out areas like you saw earlier in my video. Okay, we are creating the boundary automatically. I'm going to drive it here in the middle. I'm going to hit set start point. It looks like it's mapping it out. Ensure the robot is within view and the Wi-Fi signal is strong. It's coming up to the gravel. Let's see what it does. Oh, nice. Auto mapping right to the edge. That's good. I like what I'm seeing. And you can see right on there, it's going right along the edge. So it's doing a pretty good job. Right there, it wasn't exactly to the edge, but it's very close. If I need to, I can go and edit it a little bit later on. So as you can see, I sent it out to mow the perimeter. This is all automatically doing it. It was not manual at all. And I'm impressed the way it went around this culvert right here. That was a little bit tricky. And going right near the edge, very nice. So we have a baseball bat that's plastic and a soccer ball. And so you can see how I sped the footage up, but the robot mower is going right up to it, but not touching it, and then going on the other side of it and mowing that. And same with the soccer ball. It's mowing right up to it, going around it, and then doing the back side of it too. So very impressive. So here's some other interesting things that you want to know about it. There's some security features that will really put you at ease knowing what this has in it. So it has some lift alarm. So if somebody goes ahead and lifts it, the alarm will go off. And when I do it right away, I'll get a notification on my phone and my watch. And it takes a special PIN code right there that you have to enter. If you don't have the PIN code, then it will not work. So somebody could take it, but it won't work. But you can also track it. So now we're going to put it into the patrol mode, and I'll show you the security going around this perimeter right over here. So what I'll do when it gets to the corner is I'll lift it up, and then we'll hear what happens. And I think if you take it a distance away, then the alarm will go off. And the cool thing is you can't just shut it down. You have to have a PIN. That was a setting that I made. You have to enter in your PIN code to be able to power it down. So if somebody takes it, they're not going to be able to do that. And then you'll be notified on your phone what's going on, and that's just another layer of security, which I think is awesome. All right, somebody comes up to it. Human entry in the mapped area. So right away on my watch, I got a notification, and I got it on my phone too, both at the same time. All right, so let's just say I'm going to try to pick it up.
Robot is lifted. Emergency stop is activated. Please verify your PIN on the display. Emergency stop is activated.
All right, so there is another layer of security. So if this were to be taken from your property, you can hide an air tag right in this area right here. So that's a kind of a cool hidden thing that no one would really know about. So that's another good way to track it. Also, you can track it through the app. I was amazed how fast I could get this out of the box and have it up and running. It's just amazing. So these are all the features of the mower I may have mentioned before: 4-wheel drive hub motors, 36-volt power platform, EdgeMaster 2.0 Lawn Edge Dominator, anti-theft security and garden guardian, and easy cleaning with IPX6 water resistance. So right here, I love this poster right here. It's a quick start guide. It just walks you right through it, makes it super easy. Here's some extra blades and a few extra parts to give you. It's nice to have. Like I said, you could lose something. And this is the robot lawnmower, the first time out of the box, looking all shiny and sleek. It kind of reminds me of this car right here, the Bugatti Veyron. What do you guys think? So, you know, I have a pretty big yard right here, and it usually takes me over 2 hours to mow it by myself. But what I've been doing now with this robotic mower, I'm getting out and trying to do something like exercise, like getting on my bike. So here you can see I'm going down the road over there, and what's really cool is this deer right here is jumping out, and it's running in the wheat alongside me, leaping, kind of like sailboats and dolphins are going along with them. That was kind of the experience I was thinking. So one thing I want to point out is this Dreame robot mower has so many features to it. It's going to be difficult for me to fit it all into this video right here. So it could easily be like a 30-minute video. So if you want to find out more about it, check the link in my description, the video description, and also I'll have a discount code for you. And if you use that and buy the mower, it'll help the channel out, but it also would help you out, because imagine having all the free time of not having to mow your own lawn every week, and it will just keep it constantly maintained, looking nice. So now I'd like to know, if you had a robot mower and you were able to free up 1 to 2 hours every week, what would you do with that extra time? Please drop your comment down below. And if you have any questions on this, let me know as well too. I'd be happy to answer, and just like to know what you guys think about it. So now just want to say, if you find this video to be helpful and informative, please give it a thumbs up to help support the channel. That's it for now, friends. Thanks for watching. See you next time.